EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. He's currently third in the NFL in passing yards. It's the Giants and the Saints, and it's all up next.
Travel west from Midtown Manhattan through the Lincoln Tunnel to the Jersey side. It's MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football. And you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other team. We're going against the other team. These star receivers, you know they're watching the other guys on the field here today.
And their moods, there's no question. They are competing against one another. And I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other. They study each other. They work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends. Come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one,
Stage is set. The ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself. Their rookie quarterback.
really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. You can continue to play that style of ball. It's going to be a tough group to match up.
Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. The tight end Burrow is in motion. On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. Now they'll set up to throw. Shaheed with the catch. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. A big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field. And that's an area where usually this play gets erased. The motion there, tight end Johnson. He'll drop to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. It's a give now to Kamara. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And deep to the back of the end zone.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
We'll try and run for this with Kamara. Kamara got a first down, still going. It's a pickup of 16 yards, down to the 16.
Over the last couple of years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that third down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Got it into the hands of Olave. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just...
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Alvin Kamara, touchdown Saints. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him. He continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate. It's going to be a hard group to beat.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. He's got his man, Wan'Dale Robinson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. They go play action now. Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Giants sending out their punter. Back deep for the Saints, it's Rashid Shaheed. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
This is already a lot better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Now a 3rd and 2. Off the play pick. He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's complete to Thomas. He is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the Saints will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense are now ready to get going on their second possession. possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. That's complete to the tight end, Theo Johnson. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Saints' 20-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. This one is caught by Robinson. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup. A healthy flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. John Runyon, the guilty party. From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
He's going nowhere. Gonna lose yardage on that play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he's into the end zone. Tracy, touchdown, Defense. Better tie those shoelaces tight. We could be in for a track meet. Great start on offense in this one.
Yeah, it certainly has, Mike, and I think the biggest thing for this offense is how they've bounced back to some early adversity. They found themselves trailing here in the 1st quarter, and they cut into that lead. We're feeling this thing's going to go back and forth, and we're going to have some fireworks ahead of us.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. This will be a Saints 1st down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, like, let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the 1st quarter, they've done just that.
Now, faking the give. High throw, but it's reeled in. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Remember, Mike, he's already had a touchdown earlier in the 1st quarter, and at the way this game has started off, it looks like this defense is going to have their hands full stopping this guy.
Cooks going in motion. We'll run a draw now. It's Kamara. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of through one. The Saints out on top. More from MetLife Stadium after this. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and we got some big plays in their future.
He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. His kick is good. And the Saints build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
On the return, it's Robinson. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. They send him right out of the slot. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Mario Davis there on the play. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now Russ taking the deep shot here with Robinson. That is brought in. And they're going to bring this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Again, Wilson. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Wilson will throw again. Oh, the ball's out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers. We have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down. These are drive killers.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this stays a 2-score game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Ooh. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and let's see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yards back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Saints first down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
First and 10. Back to throw. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
There's a third down and 4. They'll look to throw. That is caught. Cooks gets the grab. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal. He's taken down at about the 8.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Kamara going to try to pull his way in. Good blocking, and he's in. Alvin Kamara, touchdown Saints. His second touchdown of this first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
His kick is good. Makes the score Saints 24, Giants 7. Matt Gay sets
So,
kickoff.
after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded at about the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
In what's been a pretty one-sided affair from the opening whistle, it just seems like it continues to get worse. This defense, they know they have them on the edge, and they continue to rush the quarterback the way they are. I'm not sure what this offense can do come the second half.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They'll run with Tracy. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 12.
Wilson. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A gain there of 23 yards. That's good for a Giant first down.
The 47-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, like, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
They'll get him up 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Play action. It's Wilson. Goes to the sideline. He's got Neighbors. Here's 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
To throw again is Wilson. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
That's good for Giants. First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
First down. 1st and goal.
Wilson. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down in bounds. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now they'll set up to throw. There's a screen coming for Kamara. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Got his man. It's complete to Thomas.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up first down.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Right back to Olave. He's got it again. And he will have a first down. And they're into field goal range now at the 30.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
A quick slant into the hands of Thomas. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find them?
And he will score. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
The extra point by Gay is good. The Saints add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Just 8 seconds now until halftime, and the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Now whistles. Timeout, 3 seconds left in this first half. Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. On the return, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Demario Davis there on the play. They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Kool-Aid McKinstry up to make the tackle. 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Wilson lines up in the pistol. He's got his tight end. That's Johnson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Open man downfield. That's Neighbors. And he will go all the way. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Now for the point after. It's up and good. And the Giants are able to cut the deficit to 10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Shaheed now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Look at him go. Oh, yeah. And he will finally be tracked down, nearly a touchdown, but he'll set his team up with 1st and goal.
Oh, man, you know he wanted that one. He's going to wind up just short of the goal line, but what a return it was. When he got to midfield, Mike, I thought he was gone. I mean, it won't be a touchdown, but he set his guys up first in goal, and that was electric to watch.
Wow, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. He'll drop to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
At the 2-yard line.
Back to throw. It's to the end zone, but they can't get it. It's incomplete. 2-yard line yet again. What can they do on third and goal? They'll try and run. Here's Kamara. And he is not going to get in to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up fourth and goal.
A given effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here.
Makes the score Saints 34, Giants 21.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. On the return, it's Robinson. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Malik Neighbors heading out with the Giants offense for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with first and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And that is incomplete. But there is a flag down into the play.
Personal foul.
Back
Roughing the
by
passer.
quarterback.
Defense.
Let's see. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll get that complete. Right side, it's Bellinger.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
There they've talked about the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
That's over the middle to the tight end, Bellinger. That keeps him ahead of schedule. It's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up second and 3 at the 23-yard line.
They go play action with Wilson. That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors.
That's good for the Giants. First down.
On the zone read, a give to Tracy. And the Giants are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. Takes it all the way down inside the 2. Sets up first and goal.
Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stopped him short. No gain.
After being stopped for no gain on first down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. Second and goal from the 2. What do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till third down to air the ball out.
He slams it in there. And he is in. Robert Tracy. Touchdown, Giants. That's his second touchdown this we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Saints offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. Now they'll try to keep it going. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Nowhere to get away. He's going to go down.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, the first down, they find themselves in second and forever following that big sack right out of the game.
Toss running left with Camara. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on first down and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up third and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
He'll look underneath here and find Camara. And he'll be stopped short of a first
Personal
down.
foul,
And that will
roughing the passer,
necessitate
defense.
a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Automatic first down.
He'll look to throw. Now a short one. Caught by the tight end, Johnson. And they'll get about half what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Over the middle by Thomas. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. On 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Gain of 12 and a first down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. His 2nd in inches. Now, faking the give. That's going to be pulled in by Camara. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. A give up the middle with Camara. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, New Orleans.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Catch made right side by Thomas. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard.
At the 15-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. This is caught 2. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 14 yards on the pickup there.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. While that's certainly important,
And he will score again. Alvin Kamara, touchdown Saints. That is 3 touchdowns in the game and 4 for the season. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gabe to kick this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. Nice job. The return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Short one there, caught by Tremble. They're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's good for a Giants first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this third quarter. So, back and forth they go as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. It's Wilson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Demario Davis.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that fourth throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of the season.
We'll get this down to the 44, but that's about it. They'll come up on a second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and
They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll get this close to a first down. It's about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down.
a 7-yard gain on the play. And it's
On third down, here's a run by Kamara. A gain of 11 on that one. It's good for a Saints first down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he will drive into the end zone. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Gay to add the PAT. He gets it to go. And the Saints will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. On first down, Wilson. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ finding his tight end Bellinger. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
It's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He will have the conversion and more. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
And at this point in the game, trailing by this much, you're just trying to get something positive going. And even if it doesn't alter the outcome of this week's game, Mike, you're trying to build on some things that you can take into next week's practice, build off of and learn from, and hopefully carry it into next week's game to hopefully have a lot better performance, especially here offensively.
That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Wilson now going to keep it on his own read. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That one taken in. Wandale Robinson. Touchdown, New York.
Giants.
The extra point is good. The Giants are able to cut into the deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Shaheed now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Saints offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. On first down, he'll start out with Camaro. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. That's now 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw. This defense facing 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Looking left side is tight end Tremble. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
And 9 at the 43-yard line.
14. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, here's Russ. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Play action. Now, Wilson. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
It's a loss of 2.
Just nowhere to go once he catches this ball. You see, he's doing everything in his power to make guys miss and break tackles. I think he ended up doing a little bit too much because he ends up going backwards.
They go play action now. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. Contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Down and 12 yards to go.
Now Russ. And this is going to be incomplete. Great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's going to be caught. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and 1. It's 2nd down and 12. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. He will find Thomas. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the
Personal
marker.
foul. Roughing the
It sets
passer.
up 4th down.
Defense.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Kamara. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
They'll go again here with Kamara. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And you'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. A minute 57 to go in the game.
A 51-yard attempt.